Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for Tuesday, October 4th. So a little bit of a dog leg in our wave 4 here now. So we can expect a rally a little bit higher and then down for wave 3, 4 and 5. Not to say that this wave 4 is going to be simple like a straight line either. All of this across the low here is going to be a little bit complicated, but at least we know that, and we know where we are within the sequence of things, and also too these resources that have rallied as well while the dollar's pulled back, that they will be in the same boat as well. But in most cases there'll be wave 2 rallies here. Let's go in and have a look at this situation on the 4 hour first. So with the 4 hour here, we need wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C wave here that's not finished. So we'll look at counting 5 waves up here shortly, and then wave 5 here, wave 4 here in 3 waves, wave 5 here. There'll be some sort of, you know, something like that coming in here just to pin these lows in here. Because when you're coming into wave 3s in any market, 1, 2 and 3 here, you start to see the volume building up, and we could see that in the S&P this morning. Showed that on the SPX and the SPY. So it's just natural for a lot of volume turnover to occur here. It will be, everybody will be in there doing different things in here. That's why I say wave 4s are very dangerous, and best to stay out of them. If you're going to trade them, half your position size at least with all of this. But let's just go in further and have a look at this here. It looks a little bit complicated, but it's actually quite simple. So from this wave 3 low here, or from the low of that trend to the downside, the A wave, and then an A and an ABC for the B wave, and down for the C wave. I know that we were counting it down as, you know, coming down, but it just wasn't to be, and that's the nature of wave 4. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here for wave 5, or wave 5 of C of 4. And then we'll look at 5 waves coming down here, and then once we get down here for this wave 3, we'll be over here looking for an ABC here again. So we could get the same sort of thing as well again here. This wave 4 here is 1 degree higher than this one, so this wave 4 here should be 60% bigger than this one. So we'll see. Yeah, but that's where we are. We're at a medium level. We've got a whole series of wave 4s to come through here, and really we're just sort of halfway through it. So yeah, it's midnight and it's a nightmare. So that's it. It's not dawn yet. So based on that, this looking up here, I'm just going to bring my tick chart over here. This is just 10 ticks, and just to look at this here, I'm just going, I can use these, some of these here. Let's just bring these in over here for a moment. Doesn't want to move, I've been stuck there for a while. Let's get some fresh ones. So we can count this up here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that one could probably sit over there as well, but it's not a biggie at this point. And then we can look at this as probably the same thing again. It's got reoccurring patterns here, so 1 here and 2 here, and 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I put all that together as that? And that is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks good to me. 3 and 4 and 5. Is that? I thought I'd get a bit more out of it than that, but is that it? Seems a bit short. Still, it's in line with the US, and in the US, when this low is below that, so we're looking at all that as wave 1 to the upside. Just be careful on the open. You get the squeeze on the open. all the retailers know that the market's going up, and so do the wholesalers, and they'll just on the futures market they'll just see how many contracts are on the market, and then they can just squish you out, because if there's, you know, if there's 1,000 contracts on the long side from retailers, all the wholesaler needs to do is put, you know, feed in 300, 300, 300, 300, and just to check to see if there's any bigger fish in there that they need to deal with, handle rather. I prefer handle than deal. Yeah, then they'll turn the market around. So just watch that squeeze. It's normally over in about 15 minutes or something, but anyway, so probably, you know, when you're sort of looking up here, 6.6 would be quite a nice number to work with, wouldn't it? You know, as a big number up here. I mean, we've got group 1 above and group 2 below, so, you know, just take that into consideration. Okay, so that's where that is. We can put that over here. Still just looks a little, feels like I'm missing one wave here. Just be prepared for its 2 highs rather than that 1 high that I just put in. But yeah, just around that 6.6, which is roughly around the 38.2% retracement level here as well for that. So yeah, so just more complication here, unfortunately, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Over to CBA. So obviously CBA's landed on 90, a big number, and you know, it's going to give a bit of a kickback, and yeah, I don't know if I've done the right thing labeling this in here, but it doesn't matter. We're going to see a bit of a bouncing thing here for a while, actually. So we'll see that go up, and then we'll see it come down, and then we'll see it across here a few times. So I don't know exactly how it's going to play out. I have to go to the intraday, but expect a little bit of a nightmare in here to get to this double bottom down here, which will take a while. So yeah, a fair bit to go within all of this. Anyway, once that matures, we'll go in and have a bit of a look at that. But yeah, not good trading in this little space. Okay, over to the resources. This is the BHP ADR on the New York exchange. And look, this is a pretty common affair that's happening at the moment with this. It's in the gold market, it's in the resource, in other resources. This move down through here is not in 5 waves. That's the problem. So in a way, we need to look at it as basically as wave 1 here, and then wave 2 over here. And this is the same what we need to do with the gold markets and other markets as well. It's not 5 waves. It's a bit complicated, but down for 1, an A and a B and a C wave. So all of these moves up here in the resources, be it gold or be it copper or iron ore or whatever, we need to look at that as 5 wave move up through there. I didn't check iron ore today actually coming in, so that's still in that. It's just on the weekly chart here. It's just still in that little consolidation. I won't go into it at the moment for that. But yeah, I'm quite sure that we got further downside here. I can't put that as a C wave. I can't go wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C wave here. I just can't do that. I mean, it's possible if it moves away on us. Well, the thing is, you know, this move up here, if this is an A and a B and a C wave, once we've got those 5 waves in, anything above that we can go long. That's at the point I'd be wrong, and then we can go long at that point. That would be the right thing to do. Okay, so I mean, this little pattern here is happening in the ASX, but obviously this has been happening here for a while. So it's kind of like the ASX is going through, or not just the ASX, other markets are going through a mini version of this at the moment. But once again, the same here. It's pretty clear with our local BHP that we've got 3 waves here. Now, I know it's not always easy to count BHP, but it's pretty clear that we've got 3 waves here. So, you know, I mean, even so, I wouldn't go long here unless I had support on top of 40. You know, that's always been pretty much the aim at this point, and so we'll look for that. The 61.8% is up here, and that would be taken from that high to that low here, and then looking at this as an A and a B and a C. In a lot of cases, this B wave has made new lows here, so that makes it a bit tricky, especially in the gold market, I think it was. FMG is the same thing as well. We just don't have that 5 waves to here down through here, but it looks like it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and it could pop up a little bit higher, but it looks like it's got a different journey to make here, this one, but it'll be something like this. It could just pop up here today and go higher, and we'd look at it like that. But can't go long here, Justin. Can't go long in any of these, as I mentioned yesterday. This is RIO here, and once again, we don't see 5 waves in this move down through here. So I know this has been tough on everybody, but it's just something we have to work through. So basically, we're looking, if you can count 5 waves up here, there'll be one more move up here, right? And then you can look to short if you wanted to, because after 5 waves, it's going to pull back anyway, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So if you want to get on the turn, that's fine. But otherwise, I'll need to look at this as all the way down for 1 and an A and a B and a C for 2, and then down again for that at that point. I can't call this in as, I can't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. I mean, I could, but it's, I'm just, I'm trying to act like a professional. So, yeah, I just have to wait. That's the gist of it. Whoops, daisy! I don't put those ones over there. I'll just close these off. So this is the same with the gold. Okay, now this is a bit of a tough one to accommodate, but from the wave 4 up here, I'm going to look down as wave 1, an A and a B wave, and then a C wave up here. We've got 5 waves here, a consolidation here, and then we don't have 5 waves here. Even if I was going to end here in some ending diagonal, I'm still one wave short down here anyway for that. So this would be the best fit, and we can expect this to top out probably just here, because what we do to get this target here, we don't take it from the low here. Remember that some markets haven't made new lows below here with their B wave. They're still up here for that, and Amazon's a good example of that too, by the way, but being higher. But so we can take that distance here, and that's where the 61.8% comes in, because you take it from wave 1 and not this one down here. Okay, so that's GDX. That's GDX here for that, and Barrick Gold is the same as well. So we're going to still keep wave 4 here as wave 1 here, and then an A and a B and a C wave up here. So that will come across. I was just looking for other examples of things. We can see the stochastics coming up, and it's not there yet, but it'll be something like this, So be careful about being lured into this, and also the gold market as well. This brings us to Newcrest here, and we're going to look at US spot gold too, but I just wanted to go through I wanted to paint the picture first. So wave 1 here, an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave that can pull back up to the 61.8%, which is here. So we can expect that to move up today. We could probably expect 2 bars up there, one up today strong, and the one tomorrow will be some sort of turning bar like this one here, or something of that nature, or this one, or something, something sort of turning at the second one. But yeah, still expecting further to the downside. So with US spot gold, I'm treating it a little bit differently. I'm going to look at from wave 4 up here, I'm going to look at all of this here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here for 1, an A wave, a B wave, and then this will sort of map out quite nicely where this has got to go. This will be the same as, this is what gold stocks need to do. Now, of course, our gold stocks in our local market will, jump to this point, or jump to that point. But they still need to do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Now, what I can do is I could say to ourselves, right, this is the 50-60% here. you know, I don't want to stick my head in the sand and, you know, or miss out on a big bull run. I just want to be a little bit cautious and probably over cautious. And but the thing is that once we get past this A wave, B wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if this is going to be a corrective move over there, that means we can go long above the top. I mean, you can go long here, and I probably even mentioned that you could. I can't remember what I said, so I'll just shut up. But you know, normally when you're above a level like this, you'd look to go long, but I probably didn't say that because I was looking for, you know, further downside. So this has popped back up here, but just be, you know, if you think that I'm wrong, that's fine, but perhaps not sort of overdo it at this point, or at least trade up to 5 waves, get out, and let's see what we get at this point. Because if it was going to be bullish, we would have a wave 4 here that would pull back to this wave 4, wherever that's going to occur, and then we would move up at that point. And even if we moved up at that point, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at that point, and then we would have an ABC correction back again at that point. So then we could get in. Do you know what I mean? It's not like we're here, and I know that you'll start foaming at the mouth, or FOMO, whatever they call it. You know, but the reality is that there's a beginning, a middle, and an end to each cycle, each trend. So we'll get it back over here anyway. But I'm thinking that this will be, well, this will be down for 1, back for 2, coming down at this point. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out, and we'll look for a setup. RIO, so that's that. I want to have a look at lithium. So I've got the lithium ETF here, Globex, and as you may know from the commodities, I've had it like this for a little bit. I haven't really brought it up on the Australian market much, but I haven't really pulled this apart in here. I don't know if all of that is 1, or we got 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 in here. I can see we got 5 waves here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. I can see that we've got that. So I'm thinking that there's going to be a series, you know, obviously that there'll be a bounce at the old low, 65. So I think that we'll probably see a few things like this come into play here. And that would give us, that would be, if that's all of 1, that would belong to that one, that would belong to that one, yeah. So we still need to come down a bit further with all of this, probably about 60 to 62, somewhere in there, and I think that could be the low there as well. But I think this would sort of, you know, resonate with some of the other markets as well, so it could go down a bit lower. Anyway, we'll see. We'll just keep, you know, we're on the right track with it. But let's just go and have a look at our lithium stocks. So this is the SQM from the New York desk, and as I've mentioned before, I'm just really looking for the first leg down here. Now I know in this case we could look at this, well, that's the actual high here, so I could include all of this in part of the corrective move here. You've got to be careful with these. It looks like a B wave here, but it can be 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 here. You know, it could be something like that, so it's got to be a little bit careful. But either way, I'm still not down here. I've got from this one here, I've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So I've got, oh, that's pretty much that, all of that, isn't it? I think we've just still got further to come down for this. I think there's still two lows to be placed in here for this. So I think there's this one, that's that one, and that one. I think there's that to go on this here. So we can look at this down at 80 here for the turn, and that's kind of normal really when you're working with 100. It's, you know, because normally we would look at 80 as also group 2 as well, 65, 72 and 80, but when we're talking stocks and we've got so much price between here, then, you know, I separate them, but it's normally that group 2 that would be supportive to this particular number here, that one there, but still further to go down on that one. And this here as well, ALB on the New York desk, we can look at this as 1 and 2. and 3 maybe, and some wave 4 in here. We haven't made a new low below here yet, so we could continue to rally here. It could be some sort of ABC here and then come down. So we haven't got that first 5 waves here yet, and once we get those 5 waves, then we need the B wave up here, and then we need another 5 for this particular stock. CXO is really sort of playing out now a little bit like the ETF. So all of this move down here, we'll have to look at just the A wave and then the B wave and then the C wave down here. So that's like a long way away at this point, you know. This one here is slightly differently. It's sort of held together a little bit more, but we're still just looking for that. We've always been looking for the first leg for the downside, and then the second leg, and then this leg here. Hopefully it sits nice and tight in here. So this could be quite a nice stock, I think. There's obviously, I have no idea of the balance sheet or the folks running any of these businesses, but I can see that this one here is run quite well. This doesn't seem to be a whole lot of loose ends in it. The price is keeping fairly stable within all of this. Yeah, well, this one here, we've had the arrival, the reaction. The B wave that we're looking for on the other stocks will give us wave 5 up here probably, and then the ABC. So we'll need to get it back over here. So save your money for that. AKE starting to move down now a bit. So we've got this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So we'll get this 5 wave move and then a correction and then another 5. We'll see how that sits, you know, because it could be might come further down here. I don't know yet, you know. We'll just take one step at a time. But where's that 50-60% here? That's coming in here at that consolidation. Okay, I'll just leave that. IGO. So yeah, this is, you know, this is playing a tight game too, isn't it? You know, it's giving us a little 1, 2 from here, 3, 4, 5. So it's giving us that, you know, it's giving us that first leg down here. We still need to see a rally. So when we see the rally, we'll know that the low's in at that point. So I can see that also too, that I can see that this is, you know, partly these bars here, this high bar, these last 3 bars have moved down on lower volume, so folks don't want to sell it, you know. But still, we need that ABC correction there. And MIN here, not sure about that. Looks like a little ABC. I'll just see if it's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 just to go here. But we'll still be looking for some some deeper move back. Somewhere below 60, 58 would be a good buy, 55. But anyway, we'll get to that. LEL, this one's fallen out of bed. I mean, I thought we had a nice 5 waves here, and I thought I had a nice ABC here and a nice 5 waves here. I thought this would be good, but it didn't give us our setup. You know, the pattern looked good, but the setup didn't play out. So yeah, so we have to look at this as, you know, well, this is a bit more complicated actually. Okay, I mean, we'll do it like this for the time being, but anyway, certainly not ready yet, that's one thing for sure. So this one here, I think we had this on a 15-minute chart. Just wondering if it's 3 waves up, you know, like an A and a B and a C. I can see we've got 5 waves in this little move here, that strong move in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just wondering if we've got a 1 and 2 in here, or all this is just an A and a B and a C for the A wave, the B wave. This will be 5 waves. But anyway, I'll just check on the 15-minute chart, because this one had a nice move down from the top, or something that, well, wasn't the, it was the nicest one out of the lot, not to say it was perfect. So we've actually come down further. So I'm going to put this sharp move back up here. We'll have to look at this as the A wave, the B wave. It's not really that we have 5 waves in here. We can count 1 and 2 and 3, but we didn't get that 4th and 5th down. Didn't get the 5th wave here. So I think that's justified putting that there for the time being. But it doesn't really matter, you know, because we still need, you know, we still need some sort of ABC to play out here with this as well. So what's this minute? So we want to get rid of that. We want to put that there. I think I'll just drop that down to minute, and I'll just put these on minute as well. So we still need that ABC pattern here for that. So we should get some sort of bounce off this 180 here. It looks like a little 5-wave move here, but we'll see how that's, see if it's going to, what else is going to happen with this. But anyway, we just keep shaping it up and shaping it up. And if the Elliott wave count coincides with the trade setup, well then everything is rosy then, isn't it? We can take the trade, but otherwise, anyway, still got way to go on this. But this 5, this 3, and then another 5. I'll just check on the yields here. They've all came off last night a bit. Okay, that's still got a bit further to come down on that. So let me just go to the daily chart for that. I think the US yields pull back to 4%, but they will kick back up again. So that's got a bit further to come down. So I'll have to just check that. That was 5 waves. Anyway, I knew it would react to the top. Was probably overreacting a little bit. I just want to check on the US yields, which didn't. Yeah, that's part of it here. You see, they've hit 4 here, which is a medium level. So they'll just expected that to come up and hit it, come back, and then go up and finish again. But there could be 5 waves within all of that. I mean, there's going to come back to this wave. This wave 4 is going to come back to this wave 4. It doesn't have to come all the way back, but there'll be something, you know, some correction in there. And I haven't actually counted all that up there, so I can't actually see it. But it would be normal for it to arrive, react, go to the top, struggle, and then you know, and then pull back in some larger ABC correction before going up again at that point. Just not sure of that top there, but look, apart from that, everything's going same, you know. Okay, currencies. So, I think I'll just come back to the US dollar. But what does this remind you of here? This for the Australian dollar. It reminds you of the S&P 500, and it reminds you of the Australian market. And that's exactly what it is. So it'll be the A wave here, the A, B, C for the B wave here, and then the C wave. This is what stocks are going through. This is what gold is, you know, gold market's going through, but in a bigger picture. It's what BHP is going through. They're all going through it. There's still, this is the 3rd wave in the middle here. So there's still, you know, this will be 1 and 2 in here. This will be 3 here. There'll be 4 here. And then there'll be 5 here coming up here somewhere, and then we'll come down at that point. So if that's wave 3 and that's wave 4, and then we're going down for wave 5 here of 3, I was just sort of thinking about this a little bit with the US dollar. So could we just invert that? So I was thinking that we can have green wave 3 here, blue wave 3, coming down for an A and a B, bit different here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish off here as wave 4, then go up here for this blue wave 5 of 3, and then have 4, and then have 5. That's how it would play out with the Australian dollar anyway. So I thought that was interesting. It may not be the case, but anyway, I'll just count this down as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. to finish off, and we should get a turn at that point. So when this pushes up here, by the way, that's when you're going to see gold push down, and RIO and BHP and all of those guys. Okay, so that efficiency will be pretty close on, on par there with that count. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.